good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you're watching this review session from. All right, I want to believe that you guys are doing amazingly well. I want to believe that you have been having a profitable month so far, and I want to say welcome to another market review session. All right, with EzFx Academy, and I am sure it's going to be an amazing time with you guys. So. Like you know how we'll do it without wasting too much of time. All right, I know a lot of people are not here on the call, but I believe while we're still on it, others will join us. All right, so you know how we'll do it. All right, you can just send in your requests. All right, whichever commodity you want us to, or you want us to look in together. All right, that is why we are here. Okay, so whatever commodity you in your own time you have analyzed, but you just want to ask for my opinion, or remember, whatever we are doing here, we are not forcing on you, all right, our own idea or our own perspective or how we see the market. All right, that's why the market review, we are doing this together. Okay, so please, all right, do well to ask questions, all right, as wherever you feel like you don't understand, or and it's not a must that you have to follow exactly what we say. I believe that to a large extent we have been giving out value, so we're trying in what we do. All right, so without wasting too much of our time, let's quickly go into the chat, and we'll treat DXY. All right, and then we'll start talking about the majors. All right, but I believe everybody can hear me. I believe I am audible enough for everybody to hear. So we're going to treat DXY, all right, and we'll treat the majors. And as your request comes in, I'm sure going to do justice to that, and we're going to see everything together. All right, so let's look at DXY. I want to use a clean chart, so now you. All right, so this is DXY. All right, so I would prefer to start our movement from a higher time frame perspective. So let's look at the weekly time frame. I'm coming. What's going on here? All right, so let's use this. All right, so let's look at what the weekly time frame have in store for us on DXY, which hopefully within the period of this week is going to play out. But as we all know, this is the last week of the month, so the market will be doing its thing. All right, so this is DXY, all right, on the weekly time frame, and here we can see the sweep. All right, and then here we can see the breakout structure to the upside. Okay, and then another one here. So this just tells us that to some extent DXY have been trying to trend upwards, okay, or has been trending upwards. That is from as far back as July. All right, it was trending all the way. That was last year though. All right, all the way to October, and then we got a first pulled back. Okay, that's till December, and we got the push back up. All right, till April, and then now we are seeing the dollar struggle. All right, but what is my view? What am I seeing? All right, on the chart. So personally, for me, I expect that DXY is going to take out this week here. All right, it will take out this week as liquidity. Okay, which means that I believe that there is an order block inside here that the DXY is going to use to push back up. All right, so which means that I expect that week to be taken out. So I'll be looking for buy around this region. I think if you look at it very well, all right, this week here of extending back down, all right, okay, not the clear equal low, but that's a week, all right, that I expect the dollar to take out, all right, and So if it takes out that week, it means that there should be an order block or a demand zone that we're expecting the dollar to react from, and then possibly change the market sentiment to bullish. So let's double down to a much smaller time frame to see which zone we'll be expecting that turnaround to happen for DXY. So I will be looking at this order block here. So I can see that this is where the order flow, all right, for this movement started from. So what does it mean? I am expecting the dollar to still push further down, all right, completely take out this week. All right, so completely take out this week. Come into this OB, and then we can get a clear reaction back to the upside. All right, so something like this for the meantime. Okay, so what is my bias on the dollar? For tomorrow, it's possible that the dollar is going to be weaker, or it's going to be weak for tomorrow for the time being though. So but when it comes inside this OB, I will be expecting the market to change direction, all right, and then we can see the push back to the upside. All right, so this is my speculation, all right, or this is what I believe that the dollar will be doing in the course of this week. So we're expecting a sell, all right, inside this zone, and then we can get a buy back to the upside. All right, I believe that is simple and very clear for everyone on the call, all right, and everyone that gets to watch this. So that's my sentiment on the US dollar. All right, that's my sentiment on the US dollar. So quickly, I'm going to move to the majors, and let us start with GBPUSD. All right, so during the course of the weekend, I have spent time to analyze some of the pairs, or I personally. So I think I have seen what the market is likely to do. All right, but like I said, most of them are based on a higher time frame perspective. All right. So now back to GBPUSD. So as we can see, all right, we are on the weekly time frame. All right, I'm using weekly because we have a whole week to cover. All right, and at the same time, it helps us to see the bigger picture of what the market has been doing. All right, so as you can see, this market, all right, initially based on what you can see on the chart, seems that it's trending bearish. Okay, so personally for me, I want to, and then over here we'll see that the market has been retracing back to the upside. All right, so which means that I want to look for that possible point that the market will push up to before it shifts to the downside. Okay, so as I can see here, all right, this was more or less the breakout structure that the price has not tested. Right, has tested this one here. So, and this is the supply zone that gave rise to that breakout structure. All right, which means that based on the weekly time frame, all right, I still expect GU to maintain its bullish run, all right, to the upside. All right, I still expect it to maintain its bullish run to the upside, which is quite similar with what we are seeing on the DXY. We're expecting DXY to go further down, all right, and obviously if DXY is pushing to the downside, then GBPUSD, the GU will be on the opposite side to the upside. So I can clearly see, all right, there's this trend line here that has been serving as a trend line support for price, all right, and I believe that this high, all right, though has not been completely taken, but I believe that it will, it will definitely get taken out completely. So also, right, I can see this break of structure here that price reacted from. all right, from this point here. Okay, and then we can also see this one here. All right, but you can also see this is from a weekly perspective. So these are possibilities, or these are what the market is doing. We are just marking it, all right, as we see it. All right, so we are just marking it as it comes. So now this is where we are on the daily time frame. All right, and then this is another point. All right, and then based on what we're seeing, all right, we have not seen a clear entry point on GU. So I'll be forced to go down and see if I can see something. But before I do that, I want to mark out this one here. All right, so let's see if the 1 hour have something very clear. All right, so because we really do not expect a lot of retracement, all right, because obviously this market has been consistent in its movement to the upside. All right, we have just been having little breaks, all right, but you know, it's possible we get a slight retracement, all right, and then if we do that, it means that I will just be expecting this to be used as the sweep, all right, this as the break of structure, all right, and then we'll be expecting price to either react from here, all right, or from this one here. Do we get that, please? All right, so if we get a retracement to the downside, all right, we'll be expecting it to come down to this point here, or probably to this one here, before we can then get a push to the upside, all right, or we can continue the rally to the upside. So is either here we have this imbalance here, all right, is this fair value gap that price, all right, maybe might decide to fill, all right, before continuing further up, all right, or this, but at the same time we just want to be careful, all right, we want market or price to give us a clear direction before we up into it, all right. So these are the points we'll be looking out to long, all right, to go long on GU, all right. As we can clearly see, we are bullish. We are expecting the bearish run on DXY to at least, all right, we can have one candle do that, cover up to that demand zone and then push back up. So in that vein, we'll be expecting GU to be bullish, all right. So we have this here, and we also have this here, all right. This one here is on the 15 minutes, all right, which we won't doubt that, all right. That is, if market do not have a lot of sellers to push it down, all right. But like I always say, it is advisable to wait and see what the market is doing, all right. We should not just be speculative in what we're doing. I know we analyze, we're trying to speculate what the market is doing or trying to do, but at the same time we should react, all right. So because the market did this, and that is why I am also acting or reacting. This, you're taking my buy or sell from this point, all right. So this is GU, all right, this is GU. Maybe we'll feel this imbalance, all right, the fair value gap, and use this demand, and then we push all the way up, all right. We push all the way. We possibly can push up to this point, all right, you know, but we're going to see how it goes, all right. Remember, we marked that from the weekly time frame, but we are going to see how that goes, all right. We're going to see how that plays out for us. So that is my speculation on GU, all right. I will be hoping or expecting the market to maybe, all right, give us a tiny retracement, all right, before we get another leg, all right. A tiny, as you can see, all the way back, we have not gotten a very the retracement has not been very long, because that a retracement is not expected to, be longer, really a longer move than the impulse. So you can see here a little retracement, push back up, a little retracement, push back up, a little retracement. So I just expect market to continue in that flow. All right, and then maybe we can get our buy from here or from here. All right. So whichever happens, I believe that we'll be here to capitalize on it. So this 15 minutes, maybe, maybe not. All right, but this one possibly or maybe not. So that is what I think, or that's what I'm seeing of the as the possibility for GU. All right, so that's that about that. All right. Have I been recording? I believe so. All right, so let's move to EU and see what EU have in store for us, please. Let's see what EU have in store. So let us also focus on the higher time frame, weekly. All right. Let us see what the weekly time frame, all right, is posing for us. So like I said, guys, if you have any requests, please do well to send it across so that we can look at the market together. All right, so this is EU weekly time frame. All right, weekly time frame. All right, we have taken out this low here. All right, and this one here. Okay, but we also have this one here. This initial high. Okay, that market did not, if it was a higher high, we are not expected to take out that low, but we did. All right, so we want to see, we don't want to completely call this a sweep, but we want to see what EU is looking like, because already we can see that this was a monthly, we'll even call it a yearly high. That high was the last high, all right, for 2023. All right, 25th. All right, so this was the highest point, all right, EU went to, all right, in the year 2023. All right, or not like for December, all right, this was the highest point we got to for December, or this is a weekly time frame. So that high has been taken out, or liquidity has already been taken out from that high. All right, and then we are left with this other flow, or this other block that initiated the move to the downside that took out this low here. So obviously, since that high has been taken out, all right, we're looking above, all right, but price has clearly push above that high. We can see that it is inside a possible supply zone already. So let's get to see that very well. I am left with this. All right, so this will be my supply zone, all right, based on the daily time frame. All right, this will be my supply zone based on the daily time frame. All right, and just a little push is going to take price or bring price inside that supply zone. All right, so let us double down and see any possible region that we might buy with price to that point, all right, before the sell happens. Now, if you notice EU is price is much closer to our supply zone than on GU and even on DXY itself. So there seems to be that possibility that price might want to take out that or that supply zone. Possibly, price might want to push higher than that point. All right, it's the market. All right, it can do its thing. So, like I said, we do not tell the market where to go. The market shows us and we follow. All right, we are students of the market and we are happy to learn. So now this is we on the 1 hour time frame. All right, so let me just drop to the 15 minutes and see. So it's possible, it's possible, it's possible. You know, like we can both on GU, let's see. So the market has been trending. So the retracement that has been happening, all right, as you can see, not a very long one. All right, impulse, very small retracement, impulse, another small retracement, impulse, another small one, impulse, another small one. So we have that first zone, all right, and then this one here. All right, so we have that one and then this one here that can serve as a possible point where the market will retrace to. All right, we'll have a stop in the retracement and then we can get a push back to the upside. So please guys, hold on, let me take water. All right, thank you. So for EU, we might want to consider this point. All right, that is if the retracement on EU is not a very long one, you can just retrace to this point and then push back up, or we can see price completely fill that fair value gap, which to some extent we don't mind, or I don't mind seeing price just using the FVG itself. So the reaction might just come from inside the fair value gap itself without reaching our other blocks. All right, so the reaction most definitely, all right, or let me not say most definitely, but I feel or I believe, based on what I think the market might want to do, it might want to use the fair value gap, all right, instead of coming all the way down to that demand region. It might just use the FVG, all right, as its demand and then push the market back up. All right, so you might want to look into that FVG, all right, and see how the market reacts from that point. So ICT traders, I think you can look into that and get something for yourself. All right, so I believe that's what I am seeing, and that's what I feel every other person might be seeing. So from inside this zone, all right, this FVG, we might get a push back up into this initial supply that we have marked out on the daily time frame. All right, and probably from there we can start expecting a sell on EU. All right, we can start getting a sell on EU. So that is what I think EU might do for the week. All right, they push down to this point. All right, and then a buy. All right, this can happen within 2 days. All right, and then we can now get a clear picture of what the market wants to do on EU. Are we trending? Are we continuing the trend to the upside? Or after getting into this supply, we will then change market direction. But till then, let us wait and see what the market have in store for us. So I don't have any requests from anybody yet. So possibly I will just treat gold, all right, and maybe one or two other pairs, and we can call it a blessed week. All right, so this is gold. All right, and similarly, let's start from the weekly time frame. But I believe you all know now gold has been trending, all right, and then it has made an all-time high. All right, so I am safe to start looking at it from daily time frame. All right, we'll just let's do it together. So this was the initial high here. High has been taken. All right, this is the block. All right, that daily block, this is it here. All right, and price tested it. All right, like just a quick one. So let's double down. You can see it here. At this point, price tested that high. Will gold come all the way down here? Well, I believe we are both in the market. We are going to see if that happens, or gold is just using the FVG, all right, to continue its ride to the upside. Do we get it? All right. As we can see, gold, all right, has already been trending. All right. And then we took out this initial low. Liquidity this week, all right, has been taken out. And then gold is pushing upwards. All right. Is it possible we get a reaction from here that might now push, that will push gold, maybe something like this, take out this week here, tap into the block, and then back up? Well, we are going to see that together. All right, I believe we're in the market together, so we'll definitely see what the market pose. All right, what it shows us together. So we might see something like this, a push up. All right, and maybe you get a retracement all the way down here, and then the major move can then happen. All right, but already, like I said, we are already using this FVG, so it is we are just sitting on the couch and then holding our hands together to watch what gold is going to do. All right, so let us see. We might continue just pushing all the way up, or we might just trend a little, all right, to the downside, all right, from around this region. I'm trying to see that OB exactly. Beautiful. Yeah. Has it been tested? No. So this might beat. All right. So if we possibly get a rejection, all right, on gold, possibly it might come from here. I'm seeing a 30 minutes OB, all right, and then push down to the side and then buy back up. All right, that is my perspective. All right, but you know, gold can always be golden, so don't put all of your eggs in one basket. All right, take it as it comes. All right, see the market and know what the market is doing. All right, see the market and get to know what the market is doing. All right, guys, so this is what I assume or believe that gold might possibly give us. All right, buy. All right, maybe come all the way down here and then we can get the buy back up. All right, so I want to believe this is simple. All right, everybody got what we are seeing. All right, on gold. So that is that for gold. All right, so it's either we just push all the way up here. All right, from where we are, we just continue buying, or we push into this zone and then get a sell off, and then a push back up. All right, and then a push back up. So that is if we still maintain the flow. All right, if we still maintain our bullish flow on gold. So that is gold. All right, that is that about XAUUSD. All right, so let me just give us one or two other pairs. All right, and then let me just give us one. Since there's no request, we'll just see one. But I'm sure that I have treated the GU, EU, and then gold. So let's look at, we haven't done anything on Australian dollars. So let's see if we have anything on AUDNZD. All right. So this is AUDNZD, and so we have this break of structure here. All right, and then we have this candle here as our other block. All right, and then already we can see that there is a reaction coming from somewhere there. So is there something? Yes. So we also have this block here. All right, that price is reacting from. All right, so it means that on AUDNZD, I'm expecting AUDNZD to continue trending upwards. All right, probably all the way to this point for the first pullback. Sorry, all the way to this point for that should be around the point I expect it to buy to, all right, before we start looking at other zones. So what am I expecting? Buy, right? So I'll be looking for where to get my buy on AUDNZD. So this is looking like something. All right, break of structure here, inducement. All right, we can see that when price got into this point, it bought and then now it has taken it out. Possible inducement. All right, and then possible points where we can see our buy. But let me break it down. Let me break it down and break it down further. All right. Let me see if 1 hour has a clearer view. All right. So here, all right, is very much likely, all right, that this serves as my sweep. All right. That's my sweep of liquidity. Okay. This initial movement that happened here, price has already used this demand OB. All right, so it means that I am left with this OB to get my push back up. All right, believing that price will not want to rally all the way down here before we buy. So I will want to take this zone here as my first point of entry on AUDNZD. All right, I want to take this zone as my first point of entry. All right, based on the sweep, the break, liquidity here. All right, so I'm expecting this to be my retest and then a push back up. All right, so this will be our first. All right, here, this high here, and then this point here. All right, so if this demand holds, all right, I will be buying all to this high here. All right, which means that as you can see the movement here, all right, we'll expect AUD to stall. All right, and when it stalls inside here, all right, and then it gives us a lower time frame change of character, then we might want to consider that reaction from there, and then we'll want to buy AUDNZD. All right, so AUDNZD, it seems the buy is already imminent. All right, it's closer. All right, when market opens in few hours time, we should be seeing that buy, or we should see market push into this region, and then when all our parameters are met, all right, we can then take the buy on AUDNZD. All right, so that's my expectation. All right, that's what I think the market might want to do in the course of this week. So 2-3 days, all right, maybe longer, but at least by tomorrow, if this is where we are buying from, market should have gotten inside here, and then we can start getting our reaction. If the volatility is much, we should hit our TP, all right, this week. All right, so this is already a new week. We should hit our TP this week. All right, if it is not, which I expect that not to happen, so I expect there to be volatility in the market. But like I said, this is the end of the month, so we should be careful. All right, trade carefully. All right, don't be in a hurry to give the market your funds. All right, don't be in a hurry to do that. So I believe that we can call it a close here. All right, we have about 4 pairs. All right, the majors, and then we have added AUDNZD. So I feel like I want to make it 5. So let me give us the last pair. All right, so let's touch maybe we've done AUD, we've done NZD. Which pair should we look at? Okay, maybe CADCHF. All right, so CADCHF will be the last pair we're going to treat for this session. All right, so we'll meet again. All right, so this is CADCHF. All right, Initially, I was expecting price to probably push all the way to this high, all right, this supply before we get to sell. But before we got to that point, price got to sell, all right. And then, well, I'm in this trade already, all right. I'm in this trade. So, what am I expecting? Based on the daily time frame, I am expecting price to come all the way down to this point, all right, before any other thing might want to happen. All right, all the way down to that point before probably we'll get a push back up. So, what am I still expecting? This is almost a 1:8. We have already done about 1:5. So it's a 1:9, sorry. So I'm expecting this sell to continue on CADCHF. Hopefully, I'm already in good profit for this one. All right. But let's see how the market plays out. All right. Will there be a retracement? If yes, it shouldn't be a very long one, so we might want to get to this point, all right, and then get the sell. All right, I want to get to that point, and then we can now see the sell, all right, till maybe we'll feel all of this, we'll take out all of this liquidity that has been resting here, all right, and come down to this OB, all right, which when we get to this point, I might, all right, be looking for a buy. All right, so CADCHF is a sell. We'll get a retracement. I'll be looking for another entry around this region here. All right, so to add to the entries I already have, and then we can join the ride. All right, so that is what I think, or that's what I'm seeing on CADCHF. All right, so bearish. All right, are we going to push all the way down here? Well, I believe we are going to see. So sell from here. All right, so that is my perspective, that is my view on CADCHF. So I want to say thank you everyone for joining on tonight's market review. All right, I believe it has been an amazing session with you guys. All right, so please do well to like, all right, subscribe, all right, subscribe on the channel so that you get notified on any of our videos that is being posted, any of our streams that is held on the channel, all right, that you will also see what we are doing. All right, so till I come your way, all right, maybe on Thursday when we are going to get a live session on the channel, all right, on our YouTube channel. All right, do well to trade carefully. All right, sometimes the best trade is that you didn't take a trade because your capital is reserved for another trade. All right, but like I said, this is the last week of the month. Be careful. All right, trade cautiously. All right, and then I wish us a profitable week, all right, and a profitable end of the month. So thank you very much, everyone. All right, and do have a lovely trading week. Bye bye.